The unconquerable realm, why Russia endures. Today we embark on a journey to understand a land that has throughout history defied conquest. A land of staggering scale and unforgiving nature. A realm that has humbled and broken empires. Napoleon's Grande Armée faced not only the Russian army but a scorched earth and general winter. Their triumph turned into a catastrophic retreat. Over a century later, Hitler's Operation Barbarossa unleashed the Wehrmacht upon the Soviet Union. Blitzkrieg tactics pushed deep into Russian territory, yet the sheer distances stretched supply lines to their breaking point. The infamous Russian mud, the Rasputitsa, bogged down panzers, and then came the winter again. The pivotal Battle of Stalingrad became a brutal, grinding war of attrition, a turning point forged in ice and blood, where the German war machine began its long, agonizing retreat. The land itself seemed to rise against the invaders, its climate an implacable ally to its defenders. Even during the tense decades of the Cold War, the spectre of these historical precedents loomed large. The Western powers, for all their technological and military might, harbored a profound apprehension about any direct large-scale confrontation on Russian soil. The sheer, daunting prospect of invading and occupying such a colossal nation, with its harsh environment and resilient populace, acted as a powerful deterrent. This land, it seemed, possessed an almost mythical invincibility, a reputation earned through centuries of repelling those who dared to try and subdue it. Today we delve into the very fabric of this perceived unassailability. The tyranny of distance, Russia's immense scale. Russia is the largest country on Earth, spanning Europe and Asia. Its borders stretch from the Baltic Sea to the Pacific Ocean and from the Arctic to Central Asia. Covering over 17 million square kilometers, it dwarfs other nations. Nearly twice the size of the United States or China. Controlling such an expanse is a logistical nightmare. With 11 time zones, coordination is extraordinarily challenging. The immense scale dilutes the strength of any invading army. Key points might fall, but the vast interior remains a sanctuary for resistance. Russia is a land that simply cannot be swallowed whole. General Winter and Marshal Mud Russia's climatic arsenal. Beyond its colossal size, Russia's extreme climate is a formidable ally. The Russian winter, known as General Winter, is legendary. It brings bone-numbing cold, heavy snowfall and biting winds. For invaders, the winter is a relentless foe. Machinery freezes and soldiers suffer from frostbite. Survival becomes an all-consuming struggle. Napoleon and Hitler both faced General Winter's wrath. The Rasputitsa, or Season of Mud, is another challenge. Melting snow and rain turn roads into quagmires. This impassable terrain halts armies and bogs down vehicles. Russia's climate has frustrated invaders for centuries. A land without gates, the strategic depth of Russian geography. Russia's geography presents a paradox for invaders. The vast North European plain offers open corridors for initial advances. Few natural barriers exist to halt an attacker. This accessibility promises swift gains, but it leads into an interior of unfathomable depth. Invaders are drawn deeper into endless expanses. Few choke points exist for decisive defense. Defense relies on strategic depth, trading space for time. This is central to Russian military doctrine. Beyond the formidable physical barriers of size, climate and geography lies another crucial element of Russia's unassailability, a deeply ingrained culture of homeland defense. This is not merely a matter of military training, but a societal ethos. A collective understanding that the motherland, Rodina, is sacred and must be protected at all costs. This sentiment has been forged over centuries of repelling invaders, from the Mongols to the Teutonic Knights, from Napoleon to Hitler. This defense culture often manifests as a remarkable resilience and a stubborn refusal to surrender, even in the face of overwhelming odds. The concept of not one step back, famously invoked during the Battle of Stalingrad, encapsulates this spirit. It is a willingness to endure immense hardship, to make profound sacrifices, and to fight for every inch of soil. This tenacity can transform seemingly defeated populations into formidable resistance movements. Throughout Russian history, when formal armies have faltered or been overwhelmed, partisan warfare has often emerged as a powerful secondary defense. Ordinary citizens, men and women, young and old, have taken up arms to harass enemy supply lines, conduct ambushes, and gather intelligence. This people's war makes occupation a perilous and costly endeavor, as the enemy faces threats not just from a uniformed army, but from the civilian population itself. The sheer size of the population, coupled with this defensive mindset, means that Russia can, in times of existential threat, mobilize vast numbers of people. 12. Russia's capacity to resist invasion is further underpinned by its formidable military resilience and a strategic posture designed for protracted conflict and ultimate deterrence. This resilience is multifaceted, encompassing a large standing army, a vast mobilization potential, extensive stockpiles of weaponry, and, ultimately, the formidable shield of its nuclear arsenal. These elements combine to present a military challenge of immense proportions. The Russian military, even in peacetime, maintains one of the largest active armed forces in the world, with a professional corps and a system of conscription that provides a steady flow of trained personnel. This standing army is equipped with a wide array of modern and legacy weapons systems, covering land, air, sea, and cyber domains. It is a force designed to operate across the diverse and demanding environments found within Russia's borders. Beyond the active military, Russia possesses a significant mobilization capacity. Its system of reserves allows for the rapid augmentation of its armed forces in times of crisis, drawing upon a large pool of citizens with prior military service. This ability to swell its ranks quickly means that an initial invading force, even if successful in early engagements, could soon find itself facing a much larger and continually reinforced opponent. This was a critical factor in turning the tide on the Eastern Front in World War II. Decades of strategic planning, particularly during the Cold War, have also resulted in the accumulation of vast stockpiles of military equipment, ammunition, and other war material. 12. Perhaps one of the most profound yet intangible elements contributing to Russia's perceived invincibility is the pervasive power of historical memory. Generations of Russians are raised with an acute awareness of past invasions and the immense sacrifices made to repel them. This collective memory, particularly the trauma and triumph of the Great Patriotic War, shapes the national psyche and fortifies a resolve to never again allow such devastation on Russian soil. The Nazi invasion of 1941, known in Russia as the Great Patriotic War, remains the defining event of modern Russian history. The staggering loss of life, estimated at over 25 million Soviet citizens, soldiers and civilians alike, left an indelible scar. Every family, it is said, has a connection to this conflict, a story of loss, heroism, or survival. This shared experience created a powerful narrative of national unity and resilience in the face of existential threat. This memory is not allowed to fade. And so we see that Russia's perceived invincibility is not born of a single factor, but a formidable confluence of elements. Its colossal size, a continent in itself, presents an almost insurmountable logistical challenge, swallowing armies whole. Its brutal climate, with general winter and martial mud as its enforcers, has historically been a graveyard for invading forces, turning the very elements into weapons of defense. The unique geography, with its open gateways leading to unfathomable strategic depth, allows Russia to trade space for time, bleeding an aggressor dry. Beyond these physical attributes lies the unyielding spirit of its people, a defense culture forged in the crucible of countless invasions, fostering a resilience and a refusal to capitulate. This is backed by a military capable of vast mobilization, possessing significant stockpiles and ultimately shielded by the stark deterrent of its nuclear arsenal. And woven through it all is the profound power of historical memory, a constant reminder of past sacrifices, and a solemn vow that such existential threats will be met with unwavering resolve. These layers, intertwined and reinforcing, create a fortress unlike any other on Earth. Many have tried, from the Golden Horde to the Teutonic Knights, from the Swedish Empire of Charles XII to the French Grande Armée of Napoleon, from the Kaiser's Germany to Hitler's Third Reich. Each, in their turn, learned a harsh lesson etched into the annals of military history. The land endures. The spirit remains unbroken. You can march into Russia, but you'll never march out.